My head is.
We are
Oh, we're live.
live on
Oh, we're live.
YouTube. Yes. I love it, love it,
Oh,
love it, love it, love it. Hey everyone,
yeah.
it's your girl, Dr. Shonna Etienne. I'm like getting new to this whole, I'm new to this YouTube live thing, but I have with me my co-host. Her name is Chef Marilyn, or Marilyn the Chef is what you can call her. And she's going to be joining me here on YouTube. We're going to have late night conversations, relationship
Yes.
conversations, right? Because we have
Yes.
this awesome event that's coming up that we want
Oh,
to tell you guys
yes.
about. And the event is in reference to us what you call it, having a cooking class.
Yes.
But there's a reason why we came up with this, because there are so many freaking people who are in relationships that are dying. They're like
Yes.
dead, they're
Yes.
stale. And I don't know why so many people act like they don't know why their relationships are dying. Like they don't know how to get the sparks back. And I get that they don't know how to get their sparks back, but we're going to talk about why relationships starts dying. Maybe we need to start there. Why relationships start like fizzling out, dying, and then what you can do to get your relationship back, right? To
Yes.
get your
What are
life
you
back,
gonna do?
so that you can have good sex, have fun, have trust, have love, have
Ooh.
intimacy, have friendship, have vulnerability, have
Yes.
transparency, have
Mm.
honesty.
Yep.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
We getting it all out. We letting it all out.
We got to. We got to. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let's go. Let's go, Madeline the Chef. What's up? Don't mind me, guys, for looking at my screen. My computer's just on the other side, and I want to be able to say hi to everybody if I could see them. Right? So just, I see Nikki is on. What's up, family? How you doing, Nikki? You so beautiful. So thank you for coming on. So listen, let's go. Let's go,
And
Madeline.
send a text to Nick because he said to make sure he knows that when we're on.
Okay, I'll text them. But
Yes.
listen, let's have this
Yeah.
conversation.
Let's have it.
You know why I decided to come on today? I want to be honest with you.
Come on.
Today I had a couple in my office,
Mm.
and they've been together for 4 years, almost 5 years, and they
Mm-hmm.
have two live children, one child that she is pregnant
Hmm.
with. And she started to say that she feels like her relationship is failing, like it's going down the chute. And they come up with all these
Mm.
reasons why the relationship sucks, right? And I'm just gonna be transparent. We have to have honest conversation.
Yeah, you do.
Right? I think so. I think
Yeah.
we have to have honest conversation. But anyway, she comes out and she says to me, this would spark my mind. I said, I think a lot of couples go through this. She comes out and she says to me that
Hmm.
she doesn't trust her partner, and she hasn't trusted her
Uh,
partner for years.
mm.
So I automatically knew that the reason why the sex has dried up in your relationship, the reason why there's a lot of arguments in your relationship, the
Mm-hmm.
reason why you feel like, is this going to work? Should we just throw in the towel? Is because the relationship lacks trust. That's my opinion. But what do you
Yes.
think? I'm going to be texting Nick while I'm listening to you. So what do you think?
Okay.
And be
I
honest.
think
Let's have girl
yes. Okay, so I feel like the when you start getting into that dark space, when women, I'm going to speak from a woman's perspective, when you start getting into that space of pulling back as a woman who has been divorced twice,
You love
everything.
saying that. She's like, as a woman who has been divorced twice, two times.
It's one woman told me one time in this store. She said, "Oh, you act as if that is a badge. It's not something to celebrate." And I said, "Okay,
For some
but
people, it is a badge.
it is, and it's an honorable badge to say, you know what, I did it." And I've decided to step away when I needed to. But I do know at the end, when you start phasing out, or when your spirit has for some reason been removed from the situation, I think one of the first things to go with women is the sex. Like, I don't know, for some reason, men are just able to still have sex with people they despise and treat like crap. But I'm
You
I'm
know,
just
I
not
think that's
that
true.
skilled at that. I'm just not as skilled, even though I love my men, and like it's the entire, like, whatever. Shut up. I'm okay.
No, I think you're onto something. No, seriously, real talk. I think you're onto
Yes.
something right there, right there.
Okay.
But one of the things I say to women all the time, like I always ask about the sex life because a
Okay.
lot of times women come in and they complain about everything that their partner is doing or is not doing, right? Depending on
Mm-hmm.
what the negative side of the coin they're looking at.
Yes.
But we're
Yes.
not asked about the sex life.
Hmm.
We're not asked about how often you have sex. I see a big change, a dynamic shift between a couple. He's looking at her like, yeah, bitch, you have not, right? He gives that look like, let's
I
see what
know
you're gonna
about
tell the
you.
doctor. And
Yeah.
she starts to try to divert the conversation and try to go back to blaming. But I think a lot of times that women mistake that women make,
Mm.
you get what I'm saying though, right? I
Yes.
think the mistake that a lot of women make is withholding the sex. But I understand why.
I agree.
Sex is the first thing to go. What you think about that?
I agree on we're like not when when you're on the seesaw and you're just perfectly even. I gotta be myself. So
Be
I'm
yourself.
with you. I'm fully balanced with you on that one because I do not think it is the smart thing to end that part until you are a zillion percent sure and you are literally planning the new mortgage and you have began signing papers. You know what I mean? Otherwise,
I
when you
don't know
did
if that's realistic though, because
okay,
I don't
but
know. I don't think women are built like that. So
but let me finish.
you're saying like it should not be the last. It should not be the first thing to go until
No, but I agree on both sides by saying I get why it is because we how we are connected, how we need connection in order to engage in intimacy and all forms of intimacy. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
really challenging for us because we're like, I need to remove you. I don't know. I do know is what I'm saying. Both sides I can see, but for me, I wouldn't hold back on the sex
No,
unless I feel
I get what you're
unsafe.
saying, but I don't think there's a lot of women like that. From my
Okay.
experience, working as a
Yes.
couples therapist, from my experience, like I don't think women are able to really detach that. Most women.
Mm,
And what I mean by that
mm,
is if she feels like she is not emotionally connecting with you, if she feels
yes.
like she doesn't have that intimacy with you, she doesn't have that friendship, she cannot trust you. That's a major part. When she
Yes. Trust.
trust you, like a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women, the first thing to go is that vagina.
Yeah.
So how would you recommend somebody stay having
Well,
sex
I
with you?
recommend. You
No,
mean I
I'm asking
recommend.
you. I'm asking you because oftentimes I hear people say to women all the time, "Oh, you have to have sex with him. You no matter what, don't let that go.
Oh,
Even if you angry, have sex with him." But I'm like, what kind of woman are you? Like, I get the concept in theory, but I don't see that shit in my office.
yeah. Yeah.
And so, how can I tell somebody? I get what you're saying. I understand that you don't trust him. I
Yes.
understand you caught him cheating. I
Yes.
understand that he don't clean the house. I understand he don't make enough money. I understand that his baby mamas are like drama. I understand he stresses the hell out. I understand he stays out late. I understand he doesn't
Mm,
come home on time. But you gotta keep having
mm-mm,
sex with him.
mm. No one should have to engage in any form of intimacy with the opposite sex, the same sex that they don't want to. Whether you're
Have
trying to
you
save your marriage or you're not trying to save your marriage, you should not be pressured into anything like that or feel the need to. If you but be prepared that if you when you start removing that from your relationship, it will be really over in a lot of ways because I just feel like men detach and they take that a lot more
have you
serious than we
experienced
do.
have you removed sex from your relationship and then
Oh,
noticed that your relationship died once you remove sex from it?
well, if counting part being pregnant, yeah. But I wasn't pregnant and things were getting hard, I didn't. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it, so it was a plus for me. And I didn't want to like, I wasn't ready to go move on to someone new. So it just because I was a female, I wanted to keep. I knew I was on my way out, but I knew I also still wanted that, and that was a safe, comfortable person to do it with.
See, listen, I'm not saying that you gotta want it from somebody new, but I'm asking you because this is not something that I've ever experienced. This is not something that's in the clinical books. This is not something that clinically that I can give somebody a diagnosis for. This is just some
Hmm.
things are just real life experience, right? So
Yes,
like
yes,
what I'm saying to you is if you have like all these issues in your relationship, and most importantly, you don't trust the person,
yes.
how do you stay sexually intimate with somebody
Mm.
you have no trust for?
I don't know.
You get what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't
tough
know.
part.
I don't know. I've never like lost all trust for someone and still was with them because you have to leave. If I
So
have
if you
no
don't
trust
trust
for
somebody,
you,
you automatically kick them out.
if I don't have any trust for you, which means I no longer feel safe in my home, you are being removed from my space. Yeah, it's emotional. It's reactive. Go ahead. Come on. Come on.
Well, you know what? I'm not judging. We
Emotional
just have to have
decision
this
making.
conversation. I am not your therapist. I am not judging. We are having an event together, but I gotta have a conversation with you because I, I mean, there's a lot of shit that rises into a relationship. I mean, I'm serious. Like, I'm listening to what you're saying. If I don't trust you, you gotta go. I'm like, well, damn. I would have, I would have so many failed fucking relationships if I just got rid of people like that. Because with women, with with women, it's so easy for us not to trust a mofo, right?
Yes, but hello. Come on.
Wow. I said, damn. She said, if I don't trust you, you got to go.
No, listen. If we now, I don't mean like, okay, you have 24 hours to leave. You know what I mean? But if we are at a space where I know there's no going back, that I cannot find that space again, it the household would be uncomfortable. And you know me, I can't live in tension. Like we have to resolve things like in 24
Well,
hours.
how do you know
But
when you
I
are at
can't.
that space where there's
You,
no going back? Like how
you
do
know,
you
you.
know when you are there when you saying this is done? It's a wrap. Ain't
I
no
don't know
more
how to.
shit gonna hurt. Help me at anything. I'm out.
I'm feeling detached, and I don't know how to explain what that feeling feels like. But I become detached, and they know it. They're uncomfortable with it because I am a very expressive person, as you know.
You are.
And my expression part, the nurturing part, the wonderfulness, it leaves. And they notice. I notice. And then, yeah. So.
Wow. I haven't experienced that. You know, like for me, I think like maybe it's my personality, or maybe it's because I always have the idea of future. Like if I make
Yes.
this decision right now today, if I'm like I'm out,
Mm.
how will this impact my children tonight, tomorrow, next year, 5 years from now, for a lifetime, right? I think
Yes.
about those kind
Yes.
of things. How would it impact my mental health? Because luckily for me,
Exactly.
I haven't been married to anybody crazy to the point where they start stalking or anything like that. So lucky for me, I don't have that kind of situation. But how
Yes.
would this impact my mental health? And I'm not saying that anyone should do what I do. I'm just saying that I weigh everything. Like I've
Yes.
been divorced before. I'm remarried, so
Yeah.
I've been divorced before. But it took me a long time to
Hmm.
leave that relationship. It wasn't an overnight thing. Although to my parents,
Yes.
they thought it was an overnight thing. Because I was like, yeah, I'm getting divorced because I never shared what was going on, the drama that was going on in my relationship. And you know this from
Yes.
being one of
Yes.
my besties. But for
Yes.
me, what took me so long, maybe that's a fault of mine. Maybe I'm loyal to a fault. But what took me so long is because in my head, I'm weighing everything until I got myself
Yes.
mentally to a state that I was saying, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what the consequences are, I'm okay with it.
Yes.
I'm okay with it. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
helped me because once I got to a place where no matter what the consequences were, I was okay with it. I didn't look
Yes.
to him with any expectations. I wasn't
Yeah.
attached to the outcome. I wasn't looking for him to show up 100% as he was saying he was going to, right? I wasn't looking for that. So when he failed in that area, I wasn't angry.
Yeah.
I had myself 100% prepared for whatever the consequences was going to be. I was ready to move on.
But isn't that what you always say? You can't be attached to the outcome, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't
Yeah.
be
I
attached to
think
the
that
outcome.
all the time.
The outcome can be so amazing, free, and it can be some shitty ass stuff happening with a divorce, with a separation, with moving, not no longer living together or co-parenting with someone. That can be messy, and it is something you have to definitely think through, because just like we can't take account for the male, as women, we can't take account for the male's emotions or what they how they may because everyone's going to have emotions, but we don't know how they are going to express their
I
emotions.
do.
So
I
we can control how we do.
Let me say something. The mistake that I think a lot of women make, not all, but a lot of women make this one mistake right here. They think that it doesn't impact him. He doesn't care. He doesn't love me. Whatever the case is.
Mm,
And I think that's a grave mistake because what I've
hmm
learned in all of my relationship counseling sessions, my relationship coaching sessions, my couples therapy sessions, my marriage counseling sessions, what I have
hmm
learned is that men are more emotional. They may not show it like how we show it. I'm
Yes.
I'm blowing up
Come
spots. I'm
on.
blowing up spots.
Blow up the
Their,
spot.
their asses be petty. Don't get like you know how we have our petty crowns. Theirs
We
be
have it nice and shining.
theirs be platinum with rubies and diamonds
No,
all over it.
come
Their
on
platinum
now.
crowns are like really heavy. They petty as hell. But a lot of men, their emotions, especially if they love you, if they had nothing but deep
Oh
love for
my
you,
God.
you're ready. If they were in love with you, I mean, talk about petty, king
Welcome,
petty.
welcome to my world. That's not a
That's
cute
your
world.
world.
That's not a cute world. I'm joking. I'm joking. There's nothing cute about that world. Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, men are like that. And I be looking at women and I hear them come in and I have to rearrange all of their thoughts to get them back to a safe place where they can be rational,
Yes.
right? Because they're
Yes.
trying to protect their
Yes.
feelings and their heart. But I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, what you're feeling, if you guys had that kind of energy, what you're feeling, he's feeling it two, three times worse.
Yes, exactly. But he
And
just is
why do
not
you
going to
think that is?
express it.
Why do you think that is?
Because a lot of the times he wasn't given the right to express his emotions, so they're not being able to navigate these hormones, the testosterone, these different things that are flaring up in them. They're like, yo, hold up, what is going on? You know what I mean? Because this is something that they have to live distracted from. Like, that doesn't exist,
I
so we
think that
chilling.
I think that's part of it too, but I think that they've
Hmm.
been culturally raised to be a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So men are not allowed to cry.
Yeah.
And we gotta admit, as ladies, come on, we have to admit, do we want any? This is gonna sound bad. This is gonna sound really bad. I know
No,
it is.
don't
Don't
make
be
it sound
offended,
bad.
Shonna. I can't help it, but it's gonna sound bad. But this is an authentic conversation I'm having with you.
Okay.
I think that oftentimes when we see a man who, a lot of women, not all, but there are women out there that when they see a man who may be a little bit more in tune with his emotions and
Hmm.
express it a little bit more, they look at him as he's like a bitch ass, right? Like, what are you doing?
It's a bitch ass.
Like, really?
Stop being a bitch.
Stop being a bitch ass. Like, but and some women are bold
Please.
enough to treat their men like that. I think that's disgusting,
Oh,
to be honest with
I think it is. I have never been with someone that I felt safe with to call them a bitch ass anything like a bitch. Barely can sneak in.
No,
Look
women
ass.
don't say that. So I don't.
Oh, okay.
They don't come in like, cause I'm with the big ass. Like they don't come in.
Oh, because I'm like, wow, who are you dating
No,
or who are you married to?
no. They don't
No.
come in that way.
Mm-mm.
But what
No.
I start to pick apart some of the statements that they make that are
Okay.
emasculated.
Yes. Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And of course, I do it in
Yes.
a friendly, therapeutic way. But
Well,
there are
yeah.
statements that are totally unacceptable.
Hmm.
But when I'm hearing these women say certain things repetitively, like over and over again, I already know
Hmm.
what you think about your partner,
Yes. He's a
especially
bitch
if she's
ass.
the alpha female. And no one has ever told her about herself.
Hmm.
It's not always a friendly dialogue when they are
Yes.
conversing with their partner or describing their partner,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, I think when a man expresses himself and then he meets a woman like that does not deal with a man's emotions well,
Yes.
it makes for a bad recipe. So what happens? I mean, usually men only need one or two times for this kind of crap to happen to them, and then they shut down. They become something totally different because they
Yes.
feel like I gotta protect my heart, and I get it, right?
Yeah.
You get it, right? So I
Yes.
understand that. But men, historically, a lot of them are not accustomed to expressing their emotions.
Yes. No.
And I think the mistake that women make is because he doesn't express his emotions like how she might,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't care.
Yeah. And that's
He doesn't care.
no.
He doesn't care about me. I'm not a priority. He doesn't care about this relationship.
No. That is not real.
And sometimes that's not even true.
No.
Sometimes his ass is just tired of you.
Or
Right?
sometimes he is just going through his own mental health space that he's definitely unable to describe. Like sometimes people have have kidney stones, but sometimes people have depression. You know what I mean? We don't know. We have to really evaluate what
You're
somebody
right.
could be going through in our marriage. You know, because it's like, but how we treat these different things. Like not
You're
many
right.
people are gonna be like, my husband has depression, and it's just a saying. I know
But
that
how
that
many
exists.
men are going to say, I got depression?
I mean, they how they do. It's
There's some that
important.
do, but how
Yes.
many of them, when we're looking at it at a micro level, how many of them say, you know, babe, I'm just feeling kind of depressed right now?
No one.
Why are you laughing?
Because you're making me laugh. I mean, because in a way, especially like the men that we have been raised around, no. And a lot of men that I've met, and I'm really, I've never felt that kind of vibe with somebody admit it. And then when they have though, when I have seen someone in that space where they really needed it, at first it was very hard for me to manage that. And I had to literally call my father. Well, well, and I said, this person is like this. And I'm like, I'm not used to men being like that. And he was like, all men go through that. They should. And he's like, and if we are going to go through that, I'm not going to tell you, you're my daughter. I'm going to tell my wife, though. I'm going to tell my girlfriend. That's something you should be able to tell your wife or your girlfriend.
A lot of men don't.
Yeah.
Like, so say for example,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know like in my own marriage,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell when my husband is feeling kind of down. I can tell, maybe that's what I do for a living. I don't know. But I can tell when my husband's feeling kind of down. But I think, and this is just my opinion, so don't hang me at the stake with this. But
No,
I
you're
think that
fine.
if we realize as a woman, if we realize that our partner is in that place, I can only tell you what I do. I
Yes.
engage him. I engage him in
Yes.
conversation and I ask questions. And usually when I hit on that kind of thing, like if I start to point out you seem like a little bit down or whatever the case is, he always denies it. My husband always denies it, no matter what, because he can't be depressed. He can't be sad. He can't be feeling kind of, upset because his business is not going how he wanted to go. He can't feel those kind of things. So
Mm.
I know what I pick up on. And so when I
Yes.
notice that even when he denies it, what I try to do is just remove the stress from him.
Mm.
So I'm not going to even put any extra stress on him, and I'm going to let him go through whatever he needs to go through in his private area. So when he comes out of it, he can be back to 100%. But I
Yeah.
think a mistake that a lot of women make is they start to nag their man.
Oh.
Why don't you talk to me? What's wrong? I know something is bothering you.
Whew.
You can't keep doing this. You can't keep shutting me out. I'll be like, chick, if you don't sit your ass down and just give this man a second to just recoup, why are you doing that?
Because I'm saying that that's what they, because they just need to breathe, just like we do. Because I know I need to breathe. I don't want somebody to do that to me either. Can you just talk to me? Tell me what happened. Whoa. Okay. Let me get through. Let me get through the cray phase. You want to skip the cray phase. I'll come to you when I need the nurture, and I think maybe that they're experiencing the same thing. They're like, let me just get through this heaviness and I'm gonna come back to be nurtured. But if you're
But some of them
nagging
don't come
me,
back.
yeah, but if you've been nagged the whole time during you're trying to get your head right, you're like, now I don't want to talk to you. It just causes tension. We're human. I just feel like, why are people so robotic and like moving around with all these rules and regulations for humans, for a life that we don't know what happens in life.
I
Somebody could
know
lose
we're
their job
human, but
and
I just think that guys are a little bit different than what we are, right? So not that they don't
okay.
experience emotions, they do, right? They experience everything emotional, like, in terms of sadness. They feel sadness, they feel anger, they feel frustration, they feel fear, they fear a lack of confidence, they fear all that stuff, right? But we just handle our emotions a lot differently.
Yeah.
So I just think that when it comes to relationships, when we start thinking about why your relationship is drying up, why are things changing, I think that oftentimes, and again, this is my opinion, I think that
Yes.
oftentimes people they try to put what they would do or what they would not do on the other person. And I try to
Okay.
explain to people all the time.
Yes.
I try to have them
Yes.
see it. This is your experience. You can't say, well, I would never do that. Of course you wouldn't ever do that because it ain't you.
Mm.
But if he shuts down, it's not because he doesn't love you. It's not because he doesn't like you. That's his way of recuperating. But there are some disrespectful people that do shut down on purpose, not because they're recuperating, but because they're being passive aggressive, right? Being petty as mother, you know what I mean. But we gotta recognize that. So let me ask you a question because I want to be able to tell the audience about what we're going to be doing on
Oh, okay.
the 3rd, right?
All right.
You and I, we decided to come together to do a
Okay.
combined cooking and couples class to teach people. And you know how we had came up with the different categories. Like for example, when we talked about
Yes.
the appetizer,
Mm-hmm.
came up with the parfait, right? And then
Yes.
I said that'd be a great idea to come up with a 4-level parfait because I believe that intimacy
Mm-hmm.
should, or foreplay rather, should happen throughout the
Yes.
whole day. And there's 4
Yes.
sections to that. And we're not going to get deep into sections of foreplay, but I wanted to talk to you about one of the sections of foreplay. So for
Okay.
those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, we have a combined couples cooking class that's coming up. So as you can see with Chef Marilyn Moore, if you don't already follow her, I suggest you go to Instagram or Facebook and follow Marilyn the Chef.
Mm-hmm.
She's a holistic chef and she teaches how to eat healthy, right? But still enjoy your food. Like, so she's not somebody's
Mm-hmm.
gonna give you grass and be like, you got to eat grass to be healthy, right? Because this chick can eat, but everything is from everything is nothing is processed. Everything is fresh from the earth, and she can cook her ass off, right? She can. I love her food. But we coupled together because she does
Mm.
what she does great. And I know I do what I do great.
For sure.
So, in terms of the appetizer, what I want to talk
Mm.
about is your 4-level parfait, right?
Yes.
And your base, if I hear you correctly, people get to choose out of what bases. Like, what's going to be the first level that I get to choose on?
Well, we can start with things. We can go as unique as something like avocado. I know it sounds weird, or one of your classics like granola. You know what I mean? You can start with, if somebody wants to start with something meaty like that, we'll call that meaty.
So
And
why
we
is
do,
the base important in the parfait? Like why a base is always like oatmeal or chia pudding or granola. Why is the base so important in the parfait?
well, it's important because it's the foundation. It's what holds everything up so that it will be absorbed. Because if you're going to put any form of liquid, if you have something gross on the bottom, like the best idea is definitely not to like put bananas if you're not a person that likes wet. But like my daughter, she cannot stand bananas that are really wet. So when I make one, I'll put the bananas on top because those bananas are just going to suck up all of it, you know?
Right.
And granola works a lot better. Or like I was saying, if you're doing more of a savory one, avocado, because these things stay firm.
Exactly. So it's all about the foundation, right?
Yes.
And so, what I will be teaching on, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the cooking class, the couples portion of it is about your foundation. So,
Hmm.
foreplay is your foundation to your relationship. And one of the layers is four layers to this, but one of the layers on your foreplay is your morning connection.
Ooh.
So, how are you connecting with your partner in the morning?
Mm.
That makes a difference. And can I tell
Mm.
you, Chef, I
Yes.
know of so many couples that come into my office, they have no morning routine with their partner.
Oh.
No morning routine. They're waking up, they're getting the kids ready, they're cleaning the house, they're rushing out the door. They have no morning routine with their partner.
Wow.
And I'm always
Wow.
asking them, what does foreplay mean to you? And what do
Mm.
you think is the number one response when I ask what is foreplay? What do you think is the number one response when they talk about foreplay?
Oh, like probably sexual, probably something to do
Sex.
with sex. Yeah.
Sex
Yeah.
is the let me give you some head, right? Listen, this is late night conversation. Let me
Yes.
give you some
Yes.
head. Let me eat you out. Let me give you a
Hmm.
massage. Let's take a bath.
Hmm.
Foreplay is so much deeper than that. And I say
Intimacy.
to my couples
Mm.
all the time, do you guys even make time, space in the morning to even connect, to have a conversation, to have a conversation?
Hmm.
And they're rushing. They're rushing in
Yes.
and out. They don't even have time to have a conversation.
Mm.
So I know you're single right now, but when you were married,
Let me
how
sip my
did you have a
tea.
morning connection? What happened?
I said, let me sip my tea.
Um, when you were married, did you have a morning connection with your partner?
Yeah, it was like we knew the routine. Yeah,
But
there
what
was a
was the
routine.
routine? Like what was
Well, the routine was half talking because I'm the talker. He's like, here we go. So it would be in bed talking because once he got out of bed, that wasn't happening. He wants his music on, and he wants once his feet hit that floor. That's the next thing you know is noise. Playing with the kids early in the morning. You like, excuse me, living like that, and and next thing you know, you're out the door. But we would have time in the morning to talk because I needed that. We would talk, and then he needed to have sex, so we did both.
so there you go. But for me, in my morning connection, I'm the talker, right? So my husband is
Hmm.
less of the talker. He probably like, bitch, if you want to shut the hell up. But I'm a talker. And how we get it in terms of our connection is
Yes.
most mornings, I would say 90% of the time, we take a shower
Mhm.
together.
Yes.
And in that shower, I'm like, can you wash my back? I wash his back. We talking. I'm like, so what
Mhm.
happened? What's on your agenda today? And that's how I have my conversation with him because I know when we get out the shower, if anything's going to happen, everything's going to happen in the shower. If anything is going to happen, everything's going to be in the shower. We got kids all over the place, right?
Yes, exactly. Hmm.
And we got one that rules the house and just walks all indoors and walks into rooms that he
Oh
doesn't
boy,
belong in, right?
yes.
So if anything's going down, it's going down in the shower, right?
Yes.
But my point is, because I know that once we get out of the shower, life
Yes.
happens.
Mm.
Life happens. He's moving fast. He's getting the teenager ready to take the teenager to
Mm.
high school. I'm getting the little one ready to take him to
Mm.
his school. And it's fast moving. It's like, all right, baby, your
Yes.
car's in front of the building. I'm out the door. That's all it is. So I tell people all the time, the way you start your morning
Mm.
is the most important part of your day. Just like breakfast,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You're a chef. Just like breakfast is one of the most important parts. So they
Yes.
say, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they say is one of the most important parts of your day. But that's how I feel about foreplay. There's other layers to it that takes you throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't talk to your partner whatsoever in the morning, you do. And I know some people work late, right? So they're
Mm-hmm.
on
The
different
schedules.
schedules. But just imagine those couples that are on different schedules and they don't intentionally take the time to connect throughout the day with foreplay, right?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
imagine how their lives look.
Mm-hmm. No. There's disconnection.
There you
And
go.
and they need to be these things that you naturally crave when you're in a relationship are getting neglected, basically.
Yep. And then they start having booze, right? That's another conversation. We need to have one of those conversations with people with their extra booze because
You know what?
that's pretty popular. That's pretty popular nowadays. But nonetheless, I want
Not
to
tag along. They're not called bulls. They're called tag alongs.
booze, bags, tag-alongs, cups, whatever
Whew.
people call them, right? I'm all like, okay, well, listen, you got a boo, so that is really off in your relationship. So let's really talk.
Yes. Oh, well, absolutely. Well, you think?
But I want to invite people to our cooking class,
Oh,
our
yes.
combined couples class and cooking class. I want people to come because I want people to
Mm-hmm.
learn new things. Because even though we make these jokes about relationships and stuff like that,
Yes.
my overall focus is to keep people in their relationship if at all possible by rebuilding
Of
that connection,
course.
right?
Yes.
Rebuilding that connection and getting people to recognize that you got to do the work. I know that's cliche. I know we say that all the time. You have to do the work,
Mm.
but you really do have to do the work. But here's the thing that I realize, not in all couples, but too many of them, I realize they don't know how to do the work. They
Yeah.
don't even know what the work entails.
Yes. Yes.
So this cooking
Agree.
class is going to be dope because we're going to teach people what the work entails. So I
Yes.
want you guys to visit helpingcouplesreconnect.com. Again, that website is helpingcouplesreconnect.com. Get signed up. March 23rd is a Saturday in New Jersey,
Whew.
Montclair, New Jersey, at the Sweet Spot. March 23rd, we're having this event. Everyone is going to cook. Everyone's going to get a burner. Every couple is going to get a burner or a
Mm-hmm.
hand mixer. Everyone's going to be able to cook and everyone's going to learn something from me in terms of how to connect with your partner in a healthy way in
Yes.
your relationship. Because we're about saving relationships, saving
Yes.
families, building
Yes.
legacies, and most importantly, saving marriages. Right?
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have for you guys tonight on our late night discussion. Marilyn, tell the people how they can
Mhm.
find you because you're new. You're new to our community. So how can they
Yes.
find you?
They can find me at Marilyn the Chef on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Building a YouTube page, so
I
make
would
sure
say
you
you
keep
got
checking
YouTube.
in. I do have YouTube. There's some videos that even my orgasmic birth was on there, little small moments.
Orgasmic
But these,
birth.
that's another day. But there
Whole
are
nother
some,
conversation.
and they can reach out to me through my website, Divine Appetite .store, and you can come and sign up
Dot
if you like.
store.
Yes, .store.
STORE.
Yes,
Divine
Divine Appetite
appetite dot store.
.store. Yes,
Okay. Awesome.
yes.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So listen, it was great talking to you, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in
Helping couples
New Jersey,
reconnect.
huh?
So helpingcouplesreconnect.com.
Yes. If you are in the state of New Jersey or in New York or the tri-state area, make sure y'all come see us on March 23rd by
Yes.
visiting our website, helpingcouplesreconnect.com. If you want to learn about what we're going to be doing, if you want to learn about the structure, go to that
Yes.
website. It will tell you everything, what to expect for your appetizer, connecting with your relationship. What do you expect for your main entree, connecting with your relationship? And what do you expect for dessert, connecting with your brain. You
Mm.
can find everything at helpingcouplesreconnect.com. I look forward to speaking to you guys, and hopefully tomorrow we have enough energy to come on to have another conversation. And maybe we should talk
Mm.
about cheaters.
I'm getting my tea again.
Send me a team. We're going to talk about cheaters at the next one. Speak to you all and have a blessed one. Speak to you soon.
Bye.